guys, and welcome back to my channel and a new book haul that I'm very excited about. So if you followed my last reading vlog, you know that this past weekend I was in Gothenburg with some of my friends because I have a friend that lives there, and it is a bigger city with more bookstores than I have here. So of course I did some book shopping and I had a great time. I've decided that I'm definitely going back to just like focus on the book shopping. So either like by myself or with my mom or something, and take you guys along with me because the bookstores were amazing and so fun. So definitely want to go back and do a come book shopping with me, and of course buy some books because they have all the books that you would ever imagine that you want. So I bought 10 books, which is, I guess, like I could definitely have bought more, but I needed to get them on the train. I didn't have like a lot of luggage with me, so I needed to like focus on that as well. But yeah, I saved up money to go to this trip because I know I would buy a lot of books, and I'm so excited. Some of them are very hyped up, popular. I think you've heard of all of these actually, and that I'm just so excited to read. So let's just get started. The first book I'm gonna show you, I'm so freaking excited about. The second I saw it, I grabbed it. That is of course The Spanish Love Deception by Elena Armas. This has been all over my TikTok, my Instagram, my booktube, like everywhere. So of course I needed to read it. I'm not a big fan of the cover because I don't like covers like this, but since I've seen it all over and people adore this book, I just needed to buy it. So I know we follow Aaron Blackford because his name's been all over TikTok, and I know he's a book boyfriend that you want, but I don't know a whole lot more. Let's actually read the back. Catalina Martin desperately needs a date to her sister's wedding, especially when her little white lie about her American boyfriend has spiraled out of control. Now everyone she knows, including her ex-boyfriend and his fiancé, will be there. She only has 4 weeks to find someone willing to cross the Atlantic for her and aid in her deception. NYC to Spain is no short flight, and her family won't be easy to fool. But even then, when Aaron Blackford, the 6'4", blue-eyed pain in the arse, offers to step in, she's not tempted even for a second. Never has there been a more aggravating, blood-boiling, and insufferable man. But Catalina is desperate, and as the wedding gets closer, the more desirable an option Aaron Blackford becomes. Okay, so it seems like it is a perfect enemies to lovers, and I love the whole trope or kind of fake date. So I guess she's going to this wedding and she needs a date, and Aaron Blackford is there to like act as her date, and then I guess they fall in love. I just really love the trope enemies to lovers and the fake dating thing, and I guess we have both of them in here, which I'm so freaking excited about. I want to start this now. I'm not going to though. I read more of these books in the spring and summertime, but I can't wait that long, so I will definitely pick it up soon, and I definitely want to vlog it. I think I'm gonna do a reading vlog on it, so that will be so much fun because I think I'm really gonna love it. So oh my gosh, I'm so excited. The next book I got was Beautiful World, Where Are You by Sally Rooney. Believe it or not, I've never read a Sally Rooney book. I know she's very popular and I've been wanting to read Normal People. I just haven't. Then I saw this and I, 1, love the cover. 2, I've heard great things about it, and I think it's one of those beautiful books about friendship. I don't know if it's a love story or a friendship story, but it looks like one of those really beautiful and heartbreaking, kind of sad books. I saw a reading vlog on it, someone did, and she really loved it, and I really wanted to pick it up. Don't know a whole lot about it, but let's read the back. Alice, a novelist, meets Felix, who works in a warehouse, and asks him if he'd like to travel to Rome with her. In Dublin, her best friend Eileen is getting over a breakup and slips back into flirting with Simon, a man she has known since childhood. Alice, Felix, Eileen, and Simon are still young, but life is catching up with them. They desire each other, they declude each other, they worry about sex and friendship and the world they live in. Are they standing in the last lighted room before the darkness, bearing witness to something? Will they find a way to believe in a beautiful world? Okay, so it seems like one of those books that really gets you thinking about life, and kind of poetic one. I don't know, I just feel like it will be a beautiful book that I will cry to, you know? About friendship, about life, about all the questions about life in the universe. I'm just really excited. And I definitely want to read her other books as well, like Normal People, but I'm so excited about this one. The next book, you guys, has been all over. I must say I don't like the cover, so when I saw that this book was really popular, I was like, no, I'm not gonna get it because I'm not gonna like it. I hate the cover. I just but then it's been all over and I read so many good things and I just need to read it. I just need to read it, so I picked it up. Okay, that is The Love Hypothesis by Ellie Hazelwood. So I'm not a big fan of people on the cover, especially people kissing on the cover. It's not my style, but after hearing and seeing so much good about this book, I needed to pick it up. And this is one book that I also really want to vlog. I don't know if I'll be doing one vlog for this and one vlog for The Spanish Love Deception, or if I will do one vlog including both of them. We'll see. But it's obviously really hyped up, love story, I believe. And let's read the back because I don't know really what it's about. As a third-year PhD candidate, Olive Smith doesn't believe in lasting romantic relationships, but her best friend does, and that's what got her into the situation. Convincing Anne that Olive is dating and well on her way to a happily ever after was always going to make more than hand-wavy Jendy mind tricks. Scientists require proof, so like any self-respecting biologist, Olive panics and kisses the first man she sees. The man is none other than Adam Carlson, a young hotshot professor and well-known ass, which is why Olive is positively floored when Stanford's reigning lab tyrant agrees to keep her charade a secret and be her fake boyfriend. And when a big science conference goes haywire, putting Olive's career in the Bunsen burner, Adam surprises her again with his unyielding support and even more unyielding six-pack abs. What? Suddenly, their little experiment feels dangerously close to combustion, and Olive discovers that only thing more complicated than a hypothesis on love is putting her own heart under the microscope. Okay, so again with the fake dating trope, I believe, which I'm all here for. Scientist, it sounds really good, okay? And when I'm in that mood for books like this, I'm definitely gonna pick this one up. And yes, I want to vlog it, so please be excited about that. If you read this, please let me know. I feel like it's been all over the internet, and I'm just really excited. Yes. The next two books I'm going to show you is by the queen herself, Colleen Hoover. And I wanted to buy more Colleen Hoover. They had her newest book there and they had a lot more by her, but I did end up buying two because these are the two that I'm most excited about. So first up we have Verity by Colleen Hoover. I love this cover. It's like not a normal paperback. It's like a really heavier paperback. I just love that. And I don't know a lot about this, but my choice was either between this one or Kayla. Is that what it's called? Kayla. So I ended up getting this one just because I've heard more things about it and more good things about it, but eventually I want to read all of her books, obviously. But let's read the back because I don't know what this is about. Lowen Ashley is a struggling writer on the brink of financial ruin when she accepts the job of a lifetime. Jeremy Crawford, husband of best-selling author Verity Crawford, has hired Lowen to complete the remaining books in a successful series his injured wife is unable to finish. Lowen arrives at the Crawford home, ready to sort through years of Verity's notes and outlines, hoping to find enough material to get her started. What Lowen doesn't expect to uncover in the chaotic office is an unfinished autobiography Verity never intended for anyone to read. Page after page of bone-chilling admissions, including Verity's recollection of the night their families was forever altered. And then there's a little bit more, but yeah, I'm really excited about this one because I've heard great things about it. I've heard great things about all of Colleen Hoover's books. The only Colleen Hoover book I've read though is It Ends With Us, which I loved. I have a reading vlog on it. You know, I cried to that one, so of course I want to read all of her books. And this to me looks like a dark romance. I'm not sure it is, but the cover is just really dark in comparison to the other romance books that I showed you. Am I right? Like, I'm just very excited for all of these, obviously, so yeah. The next book is also by Colleen Hoover, and that is Ugly Love. This is actually the one that I've been most excited to read after It Ends With Us because I feel like it's been out for quite a lot of time and I just haven't read it. Also, I love the cover, and I've heard people like this just as much as It Ends With Us, and that it's supposed to be beautiful and heartbreaking and sad. I'm here for it, girl. I'm here for it. I feel like I've been reading so many dark and depressing books lately. Not depressing, but like dark, you know, because it's a dark time of year. And sometimes you just need a break and pick up something like this, you know. So let's read the back. It's not exactly love at first sight for Tate Collins when she meets the tormented and secretive Miles Archer. They wouldn't even go so far as to consider themselves friends. The only thing Tate and Miles have in common is a mutual physical attraction that can't be denied. Once their desires are out in the open, they realize they might have stumbled on the perfect no-strings arrangement. He isn't looking for love, and she doesn't have time for it, so that leaves just the sex. What they've got could be surprisingly satisfying as long as Tate can stick to the two rules Miles has for her. Never ask about the past, don't expect the future. They think they can handle it, but everything is different when real emotions start to change the equation. Okay, so I actually really like this when we say like a girl and a guy gets into a relationship that's purely about sex, like the physical thing. and they're like, okay, this is all it's gonna be, okay, no feelings, no emotions, that's the rules. And then they kind of get to know each other and they kind of realize that, oh my god, I love her or I love him. And I love that. I don't know why. So I'm very excited to see how this evolves, how this reads, because I'm so excited. Yes, this is probably gonna be the, I don't really know though, I want to read it now. I don't know, we'll see. The next book I bought, I know I'm so late to the party, I've had this on my wish list forever, everyone has read it except me, but I finally picked it up because I found it in hardcover. There was one left in hardcover and I was like, yes please. And that is The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. So I know you've all read this, I'm really late to the party. I've read Taylor Jenkins Reid Daisy Jones and the Six. I haven't read Malibu Rising, but of course I wanted to read the classic one, and I've been eyeing this for so long. I just never picked it up until now. It's just really something special to go to a physical bookstore to buy it, because I don't get to do that too often since I live in a small city. But when I was up there, I was like, I'm gonna grab this. So I think here we follow Evelyn Hugo, who's like a famous Hollywood star, or at least she used to be, and you kind of, I think you follow her when she's older, and she's interviewed by this magazine, I believe, and then you get to hear about her stories when she was younger and all of the boys that she's dated and her life story, I guess. And that sounds really, really interesting and kind of like a unique concept. I don't really know, but I feel like this is gonna be a really, really good story and maybe like an inspirational story. I don't really know. I've just heard really great things about this, and I'm so glad that I finally have this in my hands. The next book is probably the only one of these books that I hadn't heard of before, but I loved the cover and it sounded really good, so I bought it, and that is The Return by Rachel Harrison. So of course what drew me into this was definitely the cover. So before I went into these bookstores and before I went up to the city, I actually browsed the bookstores like websites, and this came up all over, and I decided that I would buy it because it sounded really good and I was just really intrigued by it. So as soon as I saw it in the store, I grabbed it since I've had read it on the internet beforehand. But it is a thriller. I don't know too much about it, which I don't want to. I want to go in with books kind of not knowing too much, but you know, but definitely the cover that drew me in. It's a really lovely color and it just looks really creepy in my opinion. Don't know too much about it except that it is a thriller. It's a great paperback. I love these big paperbacks, very floppy and easy to read. So yeah, have you guys seen this? I haven't seen this anywhere. I don't know if it's new or if it's like, it might be that it's a new one, I don't really know, but I haven't either, like I haven't heard of this author, I haven't read anything by her, but I'm very excited to, because this just seems like the perfect thriller, and yeah, I want to read more thriller before the year ends, so this might be on the list. Next book I got, I've had on my wish list for a really long time, and I'm so happy that I found it in hardback, and that is The Final Girls Support Group by Grady Hendrix. I am very sad though that I didn't find the other hardback version, you know, with the chair. I think that's the most popular one. Actually, I've seen that all over, but they did have this one and I couldn't resist. I couldn't wait. I just needed to have it in my hands, and I'm so glad that I found it in hardback because, it's so gorgeous. But I've read Grady Hendrix, the Seventh Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires. That's the only one I've read. I loved it. I want to read more of this author because I feel like the writing style is just really, really good and the stories are really unique and weird, but in a good way. So in here, I guess we follow this group of girls that I think has like survived something. Like a support group that they have survived something and they're meeting and talking about it, I guess. And then each and every one of them like goes missing and they're trying to figure out what's going on. I think that's why I don't want to be too invested in the story before I started, because it's nice to go in like into thriller books without knowing too much, I think, so that you kind of get surprised and keeps you reading. So I'm very excited about this one. What I also really thought was cool is that it has like extra things, like little elements that makes it kind of more fun, I guess. Pictures even, so that's kind of fun. Hoping to read this before the year ends. That would be great, but I can't make any promises because I have a lot of books that I want to read before the year ends, so we'll see. But I'm very excited about this one. I'm also talking to this really nice girl on Instagram that we might be buddy reading this, so that will be fun. So yeah. The next book I got is If It Bleeds by Stephen King. The only thing that I knew for certain when going into these bookstores was that I was buying Stephen King, because they have this bookstore, it's called the science fiction bookstore, where they have a lot of, they focus on like science fiction, fantasy, and thriller books, and I know they had a lot of Stephen King, so I managed to find this in hardback, which I'm so excited about. What I was very confused about, not confused, but like frustrated that they have, or like it's good, I guess, it's really good. They had this in another hardback. It was like a white one with like a rabbit, I think, and I have such a hard time to decide things, like which one I would get. I ended up getting this one. It was a little bit more expensive than the white one, but I thought it really fitted the vibe and fitted Stephen King's vibe, the darker one, because the other one was like plain white. So I'm very excited about this one. I don't know too much about it, but with Stephen King, I've realized that I don't want to know too much, because he has a way with words and he has a way with stories that are very unique, very raw, and very different. So I don't want to be too informed before I go into a Stephen King book. That's what I've noticed that I really like about him, because he's such a amazing author and has such a special writing style. So I don't want to know too much, but I know that I'm very excited about it. So yeah, I'm very excited to start this. I don't know when, but hopefully soon. The last book I got is also a Stephen King book, and that is Billy Summers. I believe this is one of his newer works, and this also had two different hardback versions. It was this one or either like a blue one, but I decided to go with this one, which was also the more expensive one. I have expensive taste. No, I'm kidding. But I thought this also really more fitted with the vibe. I love the red and gold. I just really thought this was the superior one. Don't know too much about this either, but as I've said, I don't want to know too much about thriller books, and especially like Stephen King books, but I've heard great things about it. I really have. It is quite a big book, quite a large book, and I'm very excited to read it. I want to read more Stephen King. I want to read all of his books eventually, and definitely want to vlog it. I want to vlog my experience so that you guys, if you ever want to start Stephen King, if you haven't, that you can hear my thoughts and what I think. So yeah, I'm really excited because I've just heard great things about this one. But yeah, that was it for my book haul. I really love that I found like so many genres. Like I have thriller, I have really cute romance books, I have contemporary. Like I just love the selection that I got, and I actually didn't think that I would find this many good books, but I did, and I can't wait to go back there to buy more books. I think I'm gonna go back like maybe in the springtime when it's a little bit warmer outside, because it's really cold, and it just, I think the city will be really beautiful in the summer and springtime to bookshop and all of that stuff. So yeah, but if you read any of these, please let me know, or if you're wanting to read any of these, please let me know. But yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in one of my next videos. Bye.